find a comfortable, upright, seated position. Could be cross-legged, could be kneeling. But it's important that you can maintain the shape with relative easefulness for an extended period of time. It's also important for this practice that you're not leaning in a chair or a back jack. That the spine can move freely. If discomforts do arise, first let them be there. See if they subside. If they persist or increase, then simply change positions or get up, take a walk, come back, and resume. Once you've found your seat, rest your hands palm face down on your thighs or your knees. Let your shoulders relax away from your ears. And then, building with a little more intentionality from the ground up. Feel your sit bones on the bolster or the floor, whichever you have chosen. Draw your navel slightly in, or the area just below your navel, towards your spine. Be very specific and precise. It's not a full-on abdominal engagement. And it doesn't have to be too firm, but a gentle drawing in and up of your navel and or area just below your navel. Let that action then produce a very natural uplift in the rest of your spine and torso. See if you can feel each vertebra stacking one on top of the other, moving with and accentuating the natural curvature of your spine. So it's not forcefully sitting erect with some prescribed posture given to you by someone else, but feeling a very integrated posture, specific for you right now. So the spine has anatomical curves front to back, and most everyone has at least a mild scoliotic curve left to right. So feel the interaction of all four of those directions, and then a gentle uplift vertically without shrugging your shoulders up. Feel how this allows and activates a subtle uplift in your chest and heart center as shoulder blades draw together towards your spine on your back. But not too much. Not sticking your chest out, arching your back, not slamming your shoulders down, just relaxed. And as you create space between your vertebrae, relating with and slightly against gravity, then a very natural, perfect posture presents itself to you, for you. Finally, slide your chin slightly back toward your throat. It's not dropping your head or chin to chest. Slide your chin slightly back so that the back of your head, neck, skull elongates and opens. Bring your tongue to the roof of your mouth, just behind your top teeth. Two options there. Gently hold it with the tip barely touching where your teeth turn into the roof of your mouth. Or place your tongue all the way up there, more flatly. Swallow, and then feel a very natural and automatic suction effect happen to more effortlessly keep the tongue up there and, so to speak, out of the way so that it's not a distraction. Feel the crown of your head ever so slightly more and more and more lifting toward the ceiling as though you had a string attached. But don't let that compromise any of the other details. Close your eyes very gently. And similar to the tongue suction trick, as you close your eyes, You can gently move your eyeballs up, not like to look at your third eye, not rolling your eyes up into your skull, but just a gentle looking up. And you can feel how the eyelids stay closed more easily. Keeping all of these details, or as many as possible, and continuing to adjust and refine them as we go along. Tune into your breath. So with your navel still drawing in, you're not inflating and deflating your belly, but all other parts of abdomen, torso, back body, side ribs, upper chest, upper back, without shrugging your shoulders up. Get a feel for the rhythm and flow and pace and depth and texture of your breath right now as it is. And then, almost imperceptibly, begin deepening your inhale a little more each round, lengthening your exhale a little more each round. See how smooth, quiet, conscious, slow you can make each breath. Again, every inhale a little deeper than the one previous. Every exhale a little longer, a little more complete than the one previous, but not so much that you lose your breath. And none of this should be coming from or causing force or strain. Allow your own lungs and breathing apparatus to dictate and lead the way for the depth, the pace, the rhythm. See how each breath naturally has more capacity for deeper, longer, fuller, slower, smoother. And all you're doing is going with that and accentuating it a little bit, refining it, all while paying attention to your physical posture and the alignment details that I laid out at the beginning. Make the pause between inhale and exhale longer. But at that pause, don't hold your breath. Let it simply be suspended. Don't grip or grab the back of your throat. Suspend at the top of the inhale. Suspend at the bottom of the exhale. And see if you can make it a seamless transition from inhale to exhale, exhale to inhale. And you can either perceive of it as up and down, or more circular. Where inhale becomes exhale, becomes inhale, becomes exhale. Smoothly, fluidly, imperceptibly. As much as possible, have inhale and exhale be the same length and depth. A more masculine approach is to count the length. Either in your own mind or having a clock that has a second hand that makes noise. A more feminine approach is just to feel it. That inhale and exhale are the same length and depth. I recommend practicing both of those options. Not getting fixated or stuck on one or the other. So with each breath, navel is drawing in, so the belly is not inflating and deflating, but through subtle, minute movements of your spine, abdomen, torso, inflate and deflate your back body, your side bodies, your upper chest. And as your upper chest and your entire torso increases in size, like a barrel, with the inhale, number one, see that your shoulders don't shrug up. Number two, as you exhale, as much as possible, keep that posture rather than collapsing down and slouching. I want to offer, as you continue this, four different options for what to do with your mind, your focus, your attention in this practice. Option number one, envision, feel, imagine your personal energy field around you. To get specific with it, it's kind of a toroidal shape, like a donut. Egg-shaped donut, perhaps, if you will. That goes through the central Sushumna channel of your body, crown of head, down the midline, out the perineum, and then in circles, kind of like angel wings or a snow angel, around your body, extending out 5, 6, 7 feet. With this option, with every inhale, feel that field fill with life-giving, life-nourishing prana. Getting it from the unlimited supply of the universal field around you. It might have a color, it might have a texture, some kind of imagery associated. Or simply a feeling. Feel it feeding you. Feel it enlivening you. Feel it sustaining you. That's on the inhale. On the exhale, imagine, feel, envision, see that all blockages, all baggage, all obstacles, all heaviness, all density, all old paradigm stuff, which could include belief systems, emotions, thoughts, physical restrictions, are leaving your body, leaving that energy field, and being returned back to and absorbed by the earth itself. And then on the next inhale, drawing in prana directly from the field around you into that sphere, into that toroid, into your body, into your mind, infiltrating every layer, every kosha, physical, energetic, emotional, mental, spiritual, giving you life, giving you vitality, giving you sustenance, giving you food. Imagine it, see it, feel it. And on the exhale, releasing everything that's not that, or everything standing in the way of that on any kosha layer, physical, energetic, emotional, mental, spiritual. As we continue, again, feel free to take a little break. Feel free to pause the video. Feel free to get up and walk, and then resume. Feel free, as I'm giving these 4 options of what to do with your mind, with your focus, to simply watch the video or listen and practice those things. Giving the breath a bit of a rest, at least in the way that we've been breathing. And then resume as you feel led. Option 2 is to contemplate with every inhale life, birth, fullness, receiving, and on every exhale, contemplate death, releasing, letting go, emptying out, giving back, returning. So contemplate doesn't mean think about. Contemplate means directly intuit or perceive. On the inhale, life. vitality, fullness, strength, birth, receiving, energy to make that happen and to keep you here. And on every exhale, contemplate death, surrendering, letting go, releasing, giving back, etc. Every breath, in fact, is a microcosm of life and death. When you're born as a baby, first breath you take is an inhale. The last breath on your deathbed is an exhale. And you do not inhale again. Option 3 is to tether your mind to the fullness of every breath. In this way, you combine pranayama, breath work, with cultivating your interior meditative muscle. So whether your mind is focused on the tip of your nostrils or the inflation and deflation of your torso, whether it's visual, whether it's a feeling, the invitation here is to not allow any other thought, any other distraction to get involved. You are lasered in on the fullness of the inhale, the pause, the full completion of the exhale, the pause, everything in between, without looking away, without thinking away, without wandering away. And anytime there is wandering or distraction or thinking about anything else, you just notice and return. See if you can actually take a full breath with full focus. It's extremely difficult. But extremely rewarding. Option 4, contemplate as you're breathing in this way, breath itself. The mystery of breath, what it is, where it comes from, what it's doing, and the actual mechanics of breathing. The process of taking in and giving back and being sustained in the ebb and flow. The naturalness of it, the effortlessness of it. And you're just adding a little effort, but not forceful effort, to enhance it. Contemplate breath. Not scientifically, not analytically, but directly. What is this? As you continue this, there may be spontaneous energy movements or convulsions in your spine. Let that happen. But don't contrive it. Don't try to make it happen. You're not special if it does. There may also be spontaneous changes to your breathing pattern. Let that happen. And then once the spontaneity of a different pattern subsides, then resume. One more option I'll throw in there that could be in and of itself or throughout, regardless of which other option you're practicing. And that is keep track of the changes in any and all of the kosha layers in your immediate experience. What's changing or what has changed since you began? Physically, energetically, or in your nervous system, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Good. After a couple more full rounds of inhale and exhale, Let your body breathe normally and naturally again. Soak up the effects of the work you've just done. Allow and receive whatever wants to come. And before we move on to another variation of pranayama, feel free to take a break or to pause the video or to come back later. But be sure to come back later so that you can experience the rest of what I'm inviting you into. For now, however, we have concluded the most basic pranayama practice. There are many other ways to engage this. But it's important and necessary to have this one: the physical posture, the breathing pattern, the details, and the mental focus as a foundation established first, before you quote-unquote advance or graduate or experiment or explore with others. Now, if you're moving on to the next variation, find your comfortable seated position again, or change to a different one. And keep your eyes open for a moment and watch me first before you even try anything. So in a few moments, here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna close your eyes and use your first two fingers of each hand to keep your eyes closed. So it's completely effortless to hold your eyelids down with your eye muscles. You're using your hands. Then you take your ring fingers on each hand to very gently and very subtly narrow your nasal passages. So you're not clamping your nose all the way. Just below that nose bone, so not on the sinuses, not on the bone, but also not all the way down to the rubbery flesh. Just below the bone, gently narrow the nasal passages. And then pinkies rest just below your nostrils so that you can feel the airflow on your pinkies. Okay, first two fingers closing your eyelids gently, not pressing, just gently. Ring fingers narrowing the nasal passages. Pinky fingers just under your nostrils. Elbows up and out like this. Shoulder height, but as always, shoulders relaxing, not shrugging up. Final piece, use your thumbs. And I'm going to remove my ring fingers from the nasal passages so that I can talk plainly. But use your thumbs to plug your ears, either the flap or inside your ears. Once you have all of that, you're going to resume the very conscious, smooth, slow, steady, deep inhale all the way to the top. And then on your exhale, you're just going to hum with your mouth closed at whatever pitch and tone feels resonant to you. There's also a masculine and feminine approach to this as well. Studies have been done that show the correlation between notes on the musical scale and chakras. So if you're musically inclined and know that science, feel free to find the pitch and the tone and the octave that activates various chakras, or all of them. You could do each one. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do basically are all the chakras. And that's the more masculine approach of doing it intentionally like that. The more feminine approach, and again, both are important, is just to feel it. Feel what tone resonates. You don't have to know why. And it might be different either each breath or each time you do this practice. There might be a location that it resonates. It might be more in your skull or more in your heart, more in your throat, more in your belly. And you let that hum exhale as long and slow as you can, again without losing breath. And pause at the bottom. Inhale again. Pause at the top, and then exhale, hum. For this one, no need to choose one of those mental focuses. Just feel it. Just feel the effects. Notice whatever you notice. So that would be like option 5 that I gave earlier. On all the kosha layers, physical, energetic, emotional, mental, spiritual, anything in between. What do you notice? What do you feel? What are the effects? What phenomena or strange occurrences appear? Whatever they are, wherever they are, have an open mind. So I'll demonstrate a couple, and then you try. I have no idea what that looked like, and I did not intend on that. But that's the very natural and spontaneous spinal convulsions or Kundalini awakening that happens. So Kundalini has been kind of put up on this unreachable pedestal in the spiritual world. Actually, it's a very natural and organic occurrence when blockages have been removed and when you have awakened these channels. Don't try to make it happen. Don't attach to it if it does. But be open to the possibility and know that it's an indication of energy movement, which is what this is all about. So try that a few rounds on your own now. Either rewind and follow along again or pause the video and then come back, because I have one more variation in this pranayama category to give you for now. As always, it's important after these practices, especially pranayama, also meditation, when you're finished, to again observe the effects that have come up, feel and check in, track the changes on every kosha layer. Guess what? It might not all be totally kumbaya, pleasant butterflies and rainbows and fluffy feelings. So don't assume if there's something uncomfortable that you've done something wrong. So you're not just looking for that. Most likely you will feel more energized, more grounded, more present, more relaxed. But also, it could shake loose something energetically, something emotionally. There could be some agitation. That's the therapeutic aspect of this practice. So it's important to sit for a little bit when you're finished, feel and observe, soak it up, absorb, allow to process what has come up. And for some, especially Vata dosha, pranayama can make you even more kind of ungrounded. That does not mean you shouldn't do it. It just means take other precautions to reground yourself or to stay grounded while you're doing it. One option is to go outside, Put your hands on the ground. Anybody can do this, especially if you feel ungrounded after the practice. There's a difference in buzzing and the feeling of kind of being high, heightened awareness, if you will, and flighty, lightheaded, dizzy, ungrounded, out of your body. So you have to stay in your body. To reground, you can touch some rocks. Go barefoot outside. Put your palms on the ground outside. Even touch the crown of your head to the ground outside. Or all three at once, really. And do that and be there until you feel reconnected with the stability and the frequency and the vibration of Mother Earth. Good. Third variation, third practice, under the practice of pranayama, find your seated position again. As I said, not leaning, but comfortable as much as possible, cross-leg or kneeling. This one is working with and exploring vocalization and tones similar to the last one, but a little different. Consider all of the vowel and consonant sounds and shapes that you can make with your tongue, your mouth, your lips, your palate, your vocal cords, and all the different notes and octaves that you can create. And again, if you already know the science behind this, you can do it intentionally for specific results, or in a more kind of linear structural fashion. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Different octaves going up or down along the way, and hitting each vowel and consonant as you like. Or more feeling based, more feminine, more free flow. Based on what feels resonant. So, I'll demonstrate. We have examples of a, e, o, u, n, and any others that you can think of that would go along with this. Because obviously, like a B sound, can't really do that, or a T sound, can't really do that. But sounds that vibrate with your tones and can be prolonged. So, for this one, eyes can be open or closed, up to you. But nice deep breath. Feel free to let go of the navel drawing in on this one if you like and just inflate everything, belly included. Etc. Again, remember, not coming from or causing force or strain, and not prolonged so much that you lose your breath. So be controlled in that way. Along with just feeling the effects on all the kosha layers, I also would like you to specifically notice where in your skull the different tones, notes, octaves, and shapes of your mouth, consonants and vowels, resonate, vibrate, where. Not going to give any answers or secrets, but some more in the back of your skull, some the top, some forehead, some more in your mouth, in your palate. And anywhere else in the body also that you might feel the effects or the vibration itself. But most specifically, in your skull. Just have fun with it. Next video, we're going to unpack this video. And I'll give some conceptual and cognitive support for this practice. It's a good one. It's profound. It's deep. It's nuanced. It's many-layered and multidimensional. For now, enjoy this in bite-sized pieces, however feels appropriate for you. And incorporate it into the other practices that you're already cultivating. And consider how They actually nourish you. And how they actually affect your energy levels day to day and throughout the day, and are at the very least supplementary, if not a replacement for eating or a particular meal that you've taken away, or a day of eating that you've taken away, or particular food group that you otherwise think would cause a drop in energy. But when bringing these practices in, especially if you do them when you'd normally be eating, or when you feel a little drop in energy, to see if they don't boost it back up again, and in a much different, more sustainable, more grounded way than food would anyway. In the spike crash, peak valley roller coaster that is third dimensional old paradigm eating. Keep it up. Really good work, everyone. Namaste.